Hello? Is anybody here? Welcome back, I guess, maybe, people? I don't know. So I look over reading stuff. I look over to my OBS and I see that there's like a little, imagine a signal bar. It goes red if it's really low, green if it's really high. I see that it is doing 0 kilobits per second. That is not what we want. That is, in fact, the opposite of what we want. I have never seen it say dropped frames 100%. But here we are. So it was completely, I don't know. I went ahead, I restarted my router to see if that helped. It didn't do your frames, they're gone. No frames for anybody. I reset my router because I was like, okay, is it this again? Like, is what is happening? That did nothing. When I came back, it reconnected, but it was like, no, things are still bad. I even then stopped. So I had kept the stream going to see if it would like at least pick up where it went, or like where we left off. It did not. And it would not connect. And so then, or when it tried to connect, it still said, because we started again for like a brief second, and it was like 0 kilobits per second, no frames. And so then I stopped streaming, like I pushed the stop streaming button, exited out, opened up OBS again, and it seems to be working again. We have 0 drop frames so far. It's back up to where it's supposed to be. So I do not know. But even though I am smiling, just know that I am very sad. I don't know what's wrong, and it just makes me very sad. But anyway, that's fine. That's fine. We're here. Part of me was like, when it stopped working, part of me was like, eject button. It's time to curl up into bed and just not move for the rest of the day. I decided we will keep going. So the show must go on. So anyway, we have to run ads. Apologies for people who are not subbed. I'll go ahead and run them now, though, so that way it doesn't interrupt while we're in the game. We can chat here for a few more minutes before we hop in. Also, on top of that, then when it started working here, my Stream Deck would not work at all. Like, I could not click on anything. I even tried to close the window, and it was like, nope, we're here for good. So I had to then, X that out, restart it up, but then it wasn't connecting to OBS. So it was just a lot. That's why it took even longer, was me hitting connect, please connect to OBS, closing out my Stream Deck, for those who don't know. Sassy, welcome back. But for people who don't know, my Stream Deck it's a digital one. It is all software based. It is technically not native to Macs, but I've been able to get it to work. And so it does sometimes have connection issues. That is normal, but again, I'm kind of forcing it to work. So anyway, yeah, but now it is connected. It is working again. But I sigh, and I apologize for my sighs. But why does the interwebs hate us? I don't know. It just seems like everything is going wrong. There was this old, I think it started on E-Bombs World. I don't know if that flashes back any memories to people, but there was a series of videos called Everything is Terrible. Or that was like the people behind it. And so like the videos would end with this like very 80s style graphic with like a space background and then like chrome letters. Everything is terrible would appear on the screen. I feel like I need that. Or I need to make something like it, because that is what it feels like right now. The past few days, everything is terrible. But I will try not to complain. I know that I just did for the last couple of minutes, but I will try not to complain, because I know that's not fun to listen to on a stream. But anyways, that is, I don't know what's going on. We have 30 more seconds till ads are over, and then we'll play for a bit more. I know it's probably getting late for some of you, and whatever. So many stream streaks probably ruined in the past couple of days, but what can you do? Nothing. That's what I say. Anyways, how have you all been? Is everything terrible where you are? I hope not. I hope everything is wonderful. But all right, ads are over. I think, is there anything that I need to do? I don't think so. I guess I should repin
Into
this
the void with you.
Message here, because it probably unpinned, I assume. Effects are off. They should be anyways. Let me double check. And I think that's it. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is welcome to the stream. This also feels very, very much like it was all going so well the past couple of weeks with our new computer. Now it's like something's broken somewhere. The router is dying. Maybe they're sending me a new modem. Maybe that's also some of it. I don't know. Anyways. Into the game. Now back to solving some murder, I guess. Let me open up my stream on my iPad. Oh gosh, don't listen to my voice. All right. Okay, what are we doing? Who are you? What's happening? Whoops, what's wrong? Sorry, my bad. Oh, she just said, I don't know if maybe I have to reread this. We asked her about Kamihara, and she said, not to, basically, again, like this, don't end up like him, if you catch my drift, is what she said. And I think that's when I looked over, and I was like, 0 kilobits per second. Nice. Don't end up like Kamihara. We don't need 2 of him. And I'll read this again in the case. The meeting isn't going to end anytime soon. This is also, we missed this, I think. I asked for observations, and she was like, "Oh, it looks like you've gotten like you look a lot older." And we had a bunch of hearts on the little in our little text box. Have you gotten taller too? Let's come back tomorrow. Me to the stream. If you'll excuse me, I should head out. Please give Inspector Kamada my thanks for his help. Sounds good. Safe travels. Utsugi Detective Agency. Hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Jet. Welcome back. So, how'd it go today? Well, I went to the precinct to see what I could find out. But Inspector Kamada was in a meeting all day. So I spoke with Detective Kamihara instead. Is that so? Well, thanks for tracking someone down. Ayumi? What about you? Sure, well, I went to see the victim's family. The Sasaki family was very nice and welcoming. I felt like it was a good family home. And considering their terrible loss, they were so generous with their help. They really want to know what happened. It's just senseless, you know? Aisuke wasn't in any sort of trouble. He was just a regular kid. It's just... Just what? Well, his family said that when he came home that night, he locked himself in his room. They said he'd never done anything like that before. They weren't sure what it was all about. He wasn't responding, so they were about to try unlocking the door, but... At around 8 p.m., his mother heard a noise at the front door. She went to check and... It was Aisuke, still wearing his school uniform, holding a telephone receiver. So he hadn't been in his room after all. He dropped the phone in surprise when he noticed her, then he locked himself in his room for real. I wonder who he was talking to. Yeah, great question. His family didn't know. Anyhow, it seems as if he snuck out again after that without his family noticing. That's all I have for now. I'll keep digging. What in the world happened to this poor kid? You know, I've been digging into the cold case from 18 years ago a bit more, and I'm concerned. Huh. You see, the police never made all the details public, in particular, the use of paper bags. Oh. So that's why Detective Kamihara didn't remember anything about it. Do you know why they withheld that information? Well, I have an idea, but it would be better to speak to Kamada himself about it. I understand. That makes me think about Kamihara a little bit. I mean, he could still know about the bags, technically, because he works at the police station, and, like, so that gives him some reason to know about it. So he could still say, like, he could still pretend like, oh, I didn't hear about it as a kid, but he knows about it because he works at the station. I understand. Regardless of the reason why, if the police didn't release those details at the time, then it seems a bit of a stretch to assume that the case is connected to the Smiling Man urban legend. But, that's interesting. I mean, it could still spread word of mouth, but I guess I understand what they're saying. That, like, because that wasn't public information, the VA for Jet Avocado, Megumi Ogata, was born in Tokyo, Japan on June 6, 1965. She's best known for voicing Haruka Tenno, aka Sailor Uranus, in the Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon. I can hear it. I could hear that. For sure. I watched a lot of the Japanese Sailor Moon. So yeah, it does actually, I can kind of hear that, which is funny. And to be fair, Haruka in Sailor Moon has a pretty, like, deeper voice, so it kind of makes sense. At least in the Japanese. I love how awesome female Japanese VAs are. Yeah, Naruto, Luffy. Yeah, very, and it works really well for, like, child voices, I feel like. But yeah, that's really interesting. That's cool. Conan. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that because they didn't make the paper bags public knowledge, then having the legend based on that would be different. Lorelei, welcome in. How's it going? My favorite Sailor Moon character is Sailor Mars. Oh, very fun. I really liked Neptune. I thought Neptune was cool. I think she had some of the best animations, IMO. In like the her abilities, but also like the violin stuff. She always had very cool like scenes. I think I also liked the mysteriousness of Sailor Neptune. She was always very like, especially when they were first introduced, it was mostly like she was always in the distance, sort of just like glaring or like just being suspicious. You didn't really know what their deal was, and I liked that. I kind of liked that she was just very mysterious. But yeah, Neptune was always my favorite, despite not knowing how to swim, and you know, if I were a Sailor Scout, would not be the scout of anything water related. Is there a scout of sadness? I guess that's Sailor. Pluto. No, Pluto? No. Who was the sick girl? Who had the sickle? Or spear sickle thing? What planet am I missing? She was friends with Chibi Moon. Hold on. Pluto was the time person. Neptune, Uranus. What planet am I forgetting? Why can't I think of, my brain is just dead today and all the time. Who are you? What is your name? Saturn! Sailor Saturn, that's who it is. That's who I'm thinking of. She was always I always just thought she was very sad. But she's apparently the Sailor Scout of Destruction. So, I mean, same. Anyway. All that to say, one, welcome in Lorelei, but also, it makes sense now. Sorry, I was waiting for my... Yeah, Saturn. No, you're totally fine. I'm sure that was very annoying to hear me be like, what is the name of this one scout? Why can't I remember their name? All that to say, so we hypothesize that maybe the legend started from the original murders, but apparently the whole paper bag thing was not public information. So that doesn't seem very likely. Unless it just somehow, like, spread. But anyway. But the legend almost has to be connected to the current case, doesn't it, in some way? Well, I do think I need to fully understand the urban legend if I'm going to solve the case. You specifically? Well, yes. I'm fascinated by the case of the Smiling Man, and I want to take a deeper dive into it. I need a whiteboard for this. I might make one, like last time I had the whiteboard scene. Might do that again. Now then, I'd like to have the two of you review what you learned from today's research. You got it. Shall we, Jet? Haji Misho? Is that what it is? So we have a victim, Aisuke Sasaki, who was found with a paper bag on his head with a smiley face on it. A series of similar crimes took place 18 years ago. 18 years ago. Yeah, that's right. Also, I never realized that our desks are facing each other, but this makes more sense now. I've never fully thought about like this, what I was looking at. Yeah, it makes sense. We're sitting at our desk, looking at her. Precisely. The case from 18 years ago involved 3 murders. And the victims all had one thing in common. All of them were teenage girls.
10代の女の子だった。
ひどい事件よね。
It's so terrible to think about.
18年前の事件の犯人は
So the killer from 18 years ago was never caught.
それと紙袋の件は
And the information about the paper bags was never made public.
となるとその事実を知ってい
So
る可能
only
性
a
のある
handful
人
of people
物
know
は
about it.
ごく影犯人
The
被害
killer,
者遺族
the
当
families
時
of the
捜査に当たった
victims,
警察
the
遺体を
police
発
who were
見して通
investigating,
報した人それくらいか
and whoever found the bodies.
どう？これまでに集めた情報から何か気づいたことはある？
What does it all add up to? Do you have any thoughts based on the info you have so far? I will say this is just a guess. What if this really has nothing to do with the murders from 18 years ago? Like, what if somehow... I mean, no, I don't know. That'd be so weird if it didn't. I was gonna say, what if this other kid, Aisuke, gets wrapped up into something? Somebody who knows about the case from a while back is like, I'll kill him, but I'll make it look like a serial murder. So that way people start investigating the old crimes, but stop looking at this one, sort of, if that makes sense. And then their hope is just so that it, like, blends in with those, even though there's like some discrepancies, and that would make sense why it was 18 years later and it doesn't quite match. Like he was strangled instead of, I'm sorry, he was suffocated with a rope instead of being like strangled with someone's hands, and it's a boy instead of it being a girl, and I don't know. Doesn't make much sense for the victim to be male either. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, maybe it's just like this person was like, what if I make it seem like it is connected to this? And so that way people don't just start investigating it as like a singular murder. They'll be like, maybe it's connected to the ones from the past. Because look, paper bag, like it has to be the guy, right? Because we didn't make this information public. So, but it could still be somebody who is connected some way around. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Like, again, what if the person who killed the boy is like, maybe he was related to a victim? And that, like, a victim's family might know about it, right? Like, they might know that their daughter was found with a bag on their head. So, like, maybe somebody who knows. And for some reason, this brother is now doing this. I don't know. Anyway. Well, I suppose what I can say at this stage is, I have no idea who killed Aisuke. Something seemed off about. I got lucky and saw... Can I say... I wonder... Something seemed off about Daisuke. Just in general. There's something bugging me about Detective Kamihara. Really? I mean, it's just a feeling. Sounds like that's a wrap on our investigation for the day. It feels like comparing notes really helped. We're working together well. I agree. I'm counting on both of you. Alright, let's split up and continue the investigation tomorrow. I'll head to Aisuke's middle school and see what I can learn. By the way, I will say, I remember saying something similar to this last time. I really love how the animations here, like, kind of make the characters come to life quite a bit, even though it's still a 2D flat anime-looking animation. It is, I don't know, it just looks really cool. I think I can see what else I can get from the police. I think I'll see what else I can get from the police. Excellent. Good luck out there. Chapter 2, Disappearance. Okay, do we keep going for a bit longer? I know that it's That guy is still feathering the police car, and I applaud his
鎌田警部、お疲れ様です。
commitment to making that car clean. Thanks for taking the time to meet, Inspector Kamada.
おお、君か。
Oh, avocado.
来てくれたのに席を外していて。
Sorry, I wasn't available yesterday when you stopped by.
いえ、お忙しいと思い
It's
ますが。
alright. You're incredibly
今
busy.
はお話を伺っても大丈夫です
But
か
if you have a few minutes now,
もちろんじゃ。何
Yes,
で
of
も
course.
聞いてくれて構わんぞ。
you can ask me
ここじゃ
anything.
なんじゃし、奥の部屋にでも移動するかな。
But let's head to the back room first.
はい。
Sounds good. We can go for at least a little bit longer, I guess, and then we can just
佐々木英介
see. Maybe I don't know if we go to the end of this chapter, but we can go for a bit longer. So what's the latest on the investigation? Any more info on the victim? Well,
残念ながら。新しい情
I'm
報は
afraid we
入ってき
don't
て
have
おらん
much new info,
科捜
but
研に頼んどる
forensics is still taking a look at
鑑定
that
も
paper bag.
鎌田警部から話を聞こ
Okay. Let's examine.
う。名前とか口調。
Is it my imagination, or is he oddly familiar? He kind of reminds me of some of the other characters from the previous games. I don't know if that's what they're like hinting at, but I think it's no one's here other than Inspector Kamada.
鎌田警部の
Okay, so that's surroundings.
その紙袋
I heard that the paper bag itself seemed like it might have been
が
old.
耳に挟んだのですか
Right? Is that true?
よく知ってるの。
I really can't say until we get the results, but
どれくらい古いものなのかは時期にはっきりする
we'll know soon enough. This guy's voice sounds familiar too.
いつ頃のものなのかは結果
We're waiting on the results from forensics about how old the paper bag is.
今回の山はなかなか
This is just a difficult case.
今回
Huh.
あの紙
So
袋
they still don't know how old that paper bag
まだ
is.
18年前に
Let's find out why they didn't tell anyone about it 18 years ago.
18年前の事件では紙袋のことを伏せていたそうですね。
I feel like
公
the
開し
music's
なか
really
った理
loud.
由をご存知だと聞いたのですが。
Like this song definitely picked up. There you go. I think that's probably fine. I hope that's not too quiet. I understand that you kept the paper bag a secret in the previous case. Is that right?
ああわしは事件の捜査を担当しておっ
That's
た
right.
から
I was in charge of the investigation, and it was my call.
そうだったんですね。
I see.
当時紙袋の情報を公開しなかったのは
And we had good
あまりに
reason.
も異様な手口だったからじゃ
It was a big scandal anyway, but if all the bizarre details had leaked,
下手に世間を
well,
刺激
just
し
seemed
す
best
ぎ
not
て
to rile folks up
捜
about
査に支
details.
障が生じ
Could
な
have
い
slowed
よう
down
に
our
曖昧な
investigation.
表現にとどめたんじゃよ
世間を刺激しない
Trying not to rile folks up. Hmm.
捜査に支障が生じないよう
Like I said, we
曖
kept
昧な
details
表現
secret.
にとどめた
Don't
んじゃ
need people
よ
freaking out and slowing down the investigation.
鎌田警部から話を聞こ
Okay.
今回の山はな
It's just a difficult case.
君にも見せたじゃ
I showed you the photo of the victim with the paper bag, right?
あんなもん見
If
た
that
ら
got out to the public,
真似する奴
there's a
は
chance someone would try to copy
出てくる
it.
もんなんじゃ
う。とはいえ、18
My
年前の事件
understanding
の
is that we
犯人
never caught the killer who committed those crimes 18 years ago. Is that right?
恥ずかしながら
Yeah.
その通りじゃ
Still haunts me to this day.
恥ずかしすぎる
Hell. Since the cat's out of the bag, too soon,
18
Kamada.
年前の事件
Let me share a few other shameful secrets with you.
お願いします。
Please, go on.
3件の連続殺人事件の発生を許してしまった当時
Well,
の
in
わ
addition
しら
to the
は
3 tragic unsolved murders,
もう
Mind
一
you,
人の犠牲者も出しては
we
ならん
worked
と
that case hard. I didn't want to see any more lives lost on my watch.
実はこ
But something else slipped through our fingers. Oh? Yeah. Oh. We had a missing person, a young boy. Ah. Oh! His name was Makoto Kuze. So, Detective Kuze's brother, I assume, is where this is going. His name was Makoto Kuze.
Kuze?
Kuze, you said?
Kuze
Makoto Kuze. So, are you saying... Yeah, it's exactly what you're thinking. Oh, that's interesting. He's Detective Kuze's older brother, 6 years older. He was 14 years old when he just disappeared. Okay. I personally suspect that he was murdered by the same person. It was a tremendous blow to my team. Fortunately, we never did find another victim in a paper bag like that. Until now. Unfortunately, we never found poor Makoto either. To this day, he's considered a missing person, but I think it's possible, even likely, there's a connection. Hold on. So she is 26? That would make him 32 now. So if we find another character, he was 32 years old. Oh, Kimihara's 24? I mean, Daisuke, sorry. He's 55. 32. What if he is alive? And what if he's Emio? Why? I don't know. But like maybe he was kidnapped and was adopted by the murderer. And then he is a murderer now for some reason because he was trained in the ways of murder. This is a possibility that we're exploring. I don't know why that would be the case. But prove me wrong. You can't. It certainly is strange. For some reason, after the disappearance of Makoto Kuze, the serial murders of young girls stopped. After the disappearance of Makoto Kuze, the serial murders of young girls stopped. Ah. We're not sure why, but fortunately we haven't seen that sort of crime since. For the record, there have been no new murder victims like this since Makoto Kuze went missing. Oh, there is another thing I should mention. We had a suspect at the time, but he disappeared shortly after the first murder. Right after the first murder? Yeah. So there were two disappearances back then surrounding our case. It feels like everything is connected, but we still have a few missing pieces, you know? Do you have any more info about the man who went missing? I suppose so. Turns out that he knew the victim from the serial girl murder case. They had apparently been meeting up frequently. Anyhow, the same day the body of the first victim was found, we found a disturbing amount of blood in the man's apartment. Oh. We thought that perhaps the man was injured in some kind of altercation relating to the murder. It's also possible that he himself is the killer. But he's still missing, along with the truth. Is that why... Hold on. That is probably why Utsugi, our boss, said to Kuze, the detective, "You look familiar," and she just kind of like played it off. It's probably that he recognizes her from the case. Either the name from the case file or saw a picture of her younger or something, and yeah, I imagine that's it. But he's still missing along with the truth. I'm afraid we weren't able to establish a connection between him and the series of murders. So there were 2 missing people involved in the case 18 years ago. One was a man who apparently knew the victim. They found blood in his apartment after he disappeared. And the other was Detective Kuze's brother. Makoto Kuze has been missing this whole time. I wonder if Inspector Kamada ever met Detective Kuze as a child. I've known Detective Kuze since she was a kid, but I don't think she remembers me much from those years. She sure has grown up, though. She's tough and sharp as a tack. Great detective. It's just... Just what? I think Kuze is working a bit too hard. It feels like she's tense all the time. Always pushing. It's gotta be tough. A brother gone missing from a young age might be weighing on her. But what do I know? I'm no shrink. Achoo! Oh my gosh! Clean your nose, sir. Sniffle. Whoa. Sorry about that. It's a little dusty in here. See, these cold cases sit in files gathering dust over the years. 18 years is a lot of dust. I've been sifting through the archives for any information that might help us out with this case. Sir, can you please? Hence all the dust. But you still have, sir, you have something right there. Should I tell him to grab a tissue for his nose? Yes. You should. Could also be allergies. Who knows? Are we just gonna continue talking like this? Kuze's already on the Sasaki case, as you know. She's the best we've got. Reliable, and always gives her all. Let me also... I'm gonna lower the voice just a little bit as well. Is it possible that Aisuke was killed by the same person who killed the others 18 years ago? Well, we can't rule it out, but we should also consider the possibility of a copycat, however. Oh my gosh. Oh, Emmett. Those emotes. Since certain details about the crime were never made public, a copycat is pretty unlikely. Then there's the matter of the victims. White target girls then and a boy now. And there's one more critical difference. Do you know what it is? the victims were killed in a different manner.
殺害方法が違う。
That's right. You seem to have a pretty good handle on this case already. As you said, the serial murders were committed barehanded, while Aisuke was strangled with a cord. Of course, a killer could deviate from his modus operandi in the heat of the moment. We can't rule that out. And if we are chasing the same perp, he's now 18 years older than he was. Maybe his methods changed over time. I see. So the paper bag might be the only common factor. It all seems like it's coming back to that smiling man urban legend. Come to think of it, has Inspector Kamada heard of the smiling man? By the way, are you familiar with the urban legend known as the smiling man? The smiling man? No. What the hell is that? Well, it relates to the paper bags he found on these victims. Paper bags with smiley faces on them. A man with such a bag on his head would appear in front of a crying girl and threaten to give her a smile forever. The victims are said to be found in the same type of paper bag with a crude smiley face drawn on. Are you serious? That's a real urban legend? The smiling man thing. Sure does seem like those murders could have been the inspiration behind it. But you said that information about the paper bags was never made public, right? That's right. It would have been irresponsible. But you know, there are a lot of people at a crime scene. The paper bag thing could have leaked. See, I said something similar to that. I wouldn't rule out a connection. It could even be the reverse, that the killer was copying this legend. This whole thing is such a mess. He still has snot on his nose. Well, it's getting late. I should get back to the investigation. I should probably excuse myself as well. Let's head to the scene of the crime so I can take a look at the spot where the body was found. But first, was there anything I forgot to ask? I still can't figure it out all these years later. Is that... Okay. There's just something about this case, though. She's heavily invested in it. Okay. I have to wonder if there's a connection to the cold case from 18 years ago. Okay. Just double checking we haven't skipped anything. Well, I think I'll be on my way now, unless there's anything else you can share with me. Let's see. Now that you mention it, you did speak with Kamihara extensively yesterday, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. I know Detective Kuze is taking this case personally. And that, well, that might be putting a lot of pressure on him as her partner. What do you think of Kamihara? Odd duck, isn't he? To say the least. But you know, he gets results. Kamihara is a pretty good detective after all. He's smart and he's got good instincts. Terrible shot though. With a gun? Well, you must have seen how he gets on with Detective Kuze, as in, not well. Yeah. She ripped into him again yesterday while I was here. But at the end of the day, they may seem like opposites, but they're quite the duo. Yeah, believe it or not, Kamihara looks up to Kuze like a mentor. Meanwhile, Kuze is wound tighter than a coil. She needs that loose energy that Kamihara brings. Since the two of them started working together, Detective Kuze has really mellowed out. Credit where it's due. I think that's Kamihara's influence. Are you saying he's making her smile? Opposites attract, right? Kuze and Kamihara make a good team. Okay. What's wrong? Oh, I just remembered something else about Detective Kuze. Yes? What is it? Is something funny? Oh. Yeah, just a funny memory. It's about Kamihara. His aim was so bad on the shooting range. Kuze came to me directly and asked if I could ban him from carrying a firearm. Classic Kamihara. I suppose it's no laughing matter if you're out in the field with him, but... Bahahaha. Sigh. Well, that's that. Any more questions? It's okay, they've established he's a really bad shot. Interesting. Still can't believe Kuze came directly to me to ask if we could stop Kamihara from carrying a gun. Is that the repeat? Yeah. Okay, he said that before. Yep. Whoops. Okay. I think I got everything I could from him. Let's get going. Maybe we'll investigate the body and then we'll end there. And then we'll pick this up tomorrow. We will stream again tomorrow. So if you guys want to be here, we'll be here. Thank you so much for actually, even if you don't want to be here, we'll be here. That's not really a conditional statement. Thank you so much for your time. Inspector Kamada, I should be on my way now. Sure thing. If you need anything else, please just stop by. Sir, please clean your nose. I will, thank you. By the way, how old are you now, Avocado? Huh? I'm 19, sir. So you wouldn't have heard about those previous murders at the time they were committed? No, sir. Just trying to learn everything I can now. That's good. You need to immerse yourself to try to understand. I'm glad to hear you're approaching this investigation with the right attitude. And I'm hopeful that you'll bring an outsider's perspective to it. Might be the key to our solve. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. Good. I'm counting on you. Yes, sir. Where are you headed next, by the way? Well, I was wondering if I could take another look at the crime scene. Do you mind? Oh. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Huh, just pulling your leg, rookie. You're part of the Utsugi Detective Agency, so you get full access. Oh, thank you. Some locations may be taped off, but you can ignore that. Go ahead and investigate. Oh, that's nice. Just, yes? Don't tell Kuze. Okay, I can do that. Scene of the crime. Here's the pump station where Aisuke Sasaki's body was found. Okay, we're gonna run ads. We'll do this next scene, and then we'll stop after this. So, friends, if you need to stand up, stretch, etc., now is the perfect time to go do so. We will be RB.
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes. Why is that Garfield so muscular?
Alrighty, let's investigate. Here's, excuse me, here's the pump station where Aisuke Sasaki's body was found. I've got the green light from Inspector Kamada. Time to check it out. Pump station. The body was found around here. An early morning passerby saw him lying strangely on the ground and called the police. I'm sure that was a terrible shock. Why would anyone have passed by here? A good question. I don't like that, like, ambient wind sound. There are warning signs here, one from the police and one from the water department. Fence. Have a good night, Paul. Good night, chat. Too much to bear. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you later. How long has this facility been here? I think Aisuke's body was found in front of this fence. What a lonely place. I can't help but imagine him with that terrible paper bag on his head. Bushes seem normal. No signs of trampling or anything knocked over. Pump station. I want to see if there's... Same thing. Don't see anything that might be a clue. Anything on the ground? What's going on in here? I'm strangely intrigued. Okay, let's have a look around the back. I didn't see anything out of place from the back of the pumping station, but there's a path leading up to the backside of the facility. So this isn't a dead end after all. Wonder if the person who found the body came through here as some kind of shortcut. Excuse me. I don't see anything else of interest. Still, it's pretty spooky. I almost feel like the smiling man is watching me from the shadows. Sir. Who could have come here and done such a terrible thing to Aisuke Sasaki? I don't think there are any more clues here. Let's take the bus back to the office. Unstable balance. The smiling man seems like a cool dude you should totally be friends with. Yeah, I think so too. He seems totally fine. Definitely not anything to be worried about. That's it. Nobody's around. There's no one to talk to, just in case. Can I use my phone? She's not picking up. I guess she's busy? But we do have service. That's actually kind of what I wanted to figure out. Let's look at our notebook. A man went missing around the time of the serial murders of girls 18 years ago. He knew the first victim. On the day the first victim's body was found, he disappeared, leaving behind a disturbing amount of blood in his apartment. We don't know his age. We don't know his name either. Why didn't he tell us the name of the person? His shooting skills are the worst. In fact, Kamihara's shooting skill is so bad The detective Kuze asks Inspector Kamada to ban him from carrying a gun. That's like really bad. For another police detective? That's like terrible. I'm surprised he's a detective, honestly. If your shot is that bad that you're making your partner concerned, I feel like that's suspicious. Again, they're making this guy out to be just the worst, honestly. And that's maybe... I don't know. Let's see. The next bus is arriving in an hour. Oh no. It might be faster to walk back. Car screech. I knew it was gonna be him. Oh, he's with his partner, but still. Heyo, boy detective. Looks like you're working hard on our case. Thanks. Oh, Detective Kamihara. I should actually be thanking you. Oh, please. Anyway, what's up? Notice anything new? He's trying to find out information about... I mean, I suppose he's a detective, so he's supposed to figure out things about the case. But still, he wants to know if we've discovered anything. If you found something different, maybe thanks to your private investigator mindset, please let me know. I'm afraid I didn't find much. Well, let me know if you do find something, or if I can help in any way. Isn't he supposed to be one of the primary investigators? I have an hour before the bus arrives. Hold on. It's just Detective Kamihara's car. Is it an official police vehicle? Detective Kuze. Seems like he's returning from an investigation. It's another beautiful day. Anything field? It's peaceful out here today. Okay. I'm on my way back to the station, but... Yeah. But what? But what? Okay. How's the investigation going on your side? I'm kind of stalled out, but don't worry about me, boy detective. Anyway, if I find anything, I'll share the info with... Oh, never mind. Huh? Haven't you heard of confidentiality? I can't actually share more info with you. Well, now he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Have you noticed anything new here? Why is he staring at me so intensely? Well, boy detective. Yes? You got a haircut, didn't you? What? I didn't, but... Oh, dang it. Usually that's what people are looking for when they ask if you've noticed something new. Oh boy. Kamihara? Since you asked me about noticing things, there is something that I'm hoping you notice. Did he cut his hair? It looks exactly the same. Returning from an investigation. Something seems off about him. Detective Kamihara's car is parked here. I wonder if he's always been this way? That his suit is unbuttoned? Are you waiting for a bus? You know they don't come by very often. Yeah, I took a look at the schedule. Oof. I was just thinking about how it would be faster to walk back to the office. No, you don't want to do that. You'd get all sweaty. Not a good look. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I'd give you a ride if I could. But, yeah. Is he being even stranger than he was yesterday? Can I? No. Sir. Let's not call anyone right now. She's on the phone again. Ah! I see. Kami, we've got to go. Sorry, I'm getting called away. Oh, Kuze. Not sure if I'm brave enough right now. He approached me, but it seems like something is going on with him. I guess I shouldn't hold him up any longer. I think I'll just wait for the bus. But thanks for your concern. Gotcha. Well, take care then. See ya. We look cool in our, like, varsity jacket. I guess there's no choice but to wait for the bus. How should I pass the time? No one here to talk to. Huh? Detective Kamihara, please come back. Just kidding. I love these little scenes. Yeah, they're great. Can't you just come pick me up? As if I'd ever say that to her for real. Yeah, I love that. That's so good. I'm the only one waiting for a bus. Kinda lonely. Just 100% to the main game of Crypt Custodian. Oh, congratulations, Sassy. You crushed that in such a short amount of time. Love it. What is there left to do? Can I think I'll just sit and wait. There's only one bus per hour, and they stop running pretty early. There are 4 post-game achievements that seem difficult. Oh boy. Okay. Huh? The battery seems pretty low. Now that I think of it, I don't remember recharging the phone last night. Maybe I'll wait until it's an emergency.
あゆみちゃんに相談しようと思った
I
の
should have listened to Ayumi about this. Okay. In our notebook. Nothing new there.
呼ぶそう
Oh, I can call a cab. I'll just dial 104 and get the operator to connect me.
冴えてるな
I'm so smart for thinking of
いや
this.
便利だな
Cell phones are
携帯電話
amazing.
先生ありがとうございます
Thank you, Mr. Atsugi. Not sure if you know. X will show your... Oh, I did not know that. Oh, look at that. Oh, can I re-listen to...
上原刑事戻ってきてくださいよ
I like that. Anyway, now's the time to use it.
まさかいきなりバッテリ
The
ー
battery can't just suddenly die, can it? Let's see. 1, 0. What? Ah,
バッテリーが切れてしまっ
the
た
battery's dead. Okay. The VA did a great job. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's think.
上原刑事は言っちゃった
Detective
し
Kamihara is gone.
そういえば
It was good to hear all that
上原
backstory
刑
about
事に
him
ついて
from Inspector Kamada.
変わった男じゃよ
I know he can seem careless, but
しかし
he's actually a fine detective. He's smart, and he's got a good instincts. Terrible shot, though. You must have seen how he gets on with Detective Kuze, as in, not well. But at the end of the day, they may seem like opposites, but they're quite the duo. Kuze is wound tighter than a coil. She needs that loose energy that Kamihara brings. As the two of them started working together, Detective Kuze has really mellowed out.
あそこまで言って
Really puts the feeling into whatever she's saying. I agree, yeah.
鎌田警部
And why will Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, so you probably don't want everyone to hit that. Yeah, that's what that was. Maybe she's just as hard on him as she is on Detective Kamihara. It's about Kamihara. His aim was so bad on the shooting range. Because they came to me directly and asked if I could ban him from carrying a firearm. I suppose it's no laughing matter if you're out in the field with him.
きっと久世刑事と上
I'm
原
sure
刑事
Kuze
は
and Kamihara have a good
強い
working
信頼関
relationship.
係で結ばれているんだろう
Yeah, it definitely seems that
上
way.
原刑事い
She
つも
does seem to be
怒られ
yelling at him every time I see them together, though.
愛情の裏返しってやつだった
Maybe
りして
yelling is her love language.
なんて考え
That
てるん
doesn't
だ
seem
けど
good. Still thinking, but hardly any time has passed. This hour might be hard to find a taxi. Is there anything else I have missed? Can I go check the field across the way? Doesn't seem like it. They already looked at
1
this.
時間に1本の上ここで座っ
Okay. The phone is dead.
困ったな
If I can't even use my cell phone. This one took me a minute.
バ
Okay.
スを待つしか
I
ない
guess I'll have to wait for the bus. Unless
僕はこんなことじゃ
I can't let this discourage me. There's got to be another way to call a taxi.
よしタクシーを僕の
Okay, let's call a cab. I'll just use my mysterious powers.
まず目を閉じ
Close my eyes and
そしてひたすら念じる
summon a taxi with my mind.
今までも何度か成功している
I mean, it worked before.
明日晴れろとか
That one time when I wished we'd have another sunny day.
と早速近づい
Is
て
that
く
the
る
sound of a car approaching?
来てます来てます
I can
探偵
feel it.
パワーです
I can
ここで
feel
一層
it.
強く念じる
Come on, universe. Send a cab to a PI in need.
入れよ
Come
僕のタクシー
on. Oh.
え
Huh?
本当に来ちゃった
Did I really summon a taxi?
どうぞ乗ってください。
Hop in.
駅まででよろしいです
Y-
か？
You're heading to the station, yeah? What? It's gonna be like they called the cab for me or something, right?
あ
Come on, hop in. Okay.
僕を乗せて大丈夫だったんですか?
Are you sure about this? Don't you have someone else to pick up or something? Huh?
あなたを迎えに来たんです。
No, I'm here to pick you up.
僕をですか?
Really? What if he's the smiling man? I can't see a smile. He's got some sort of charm. It's just a taxi driver. Anything else? Okay. The inside of the taxi, it smells a bit odd. You're here to pick me up specifically? Yeah, boss called and said I had a fare out waiting at this bus stop. You're saying you didn't call me? Could it have been Detective Kamihara? Thank you for calling the cab for me, Dice. It was really helpful. Oh, hey. Yeah, what is it? Did you know that the cops found a body not too far from where I picked you up? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard a rumor that a kid was killed somewhere around here the other night. Word travels fast. Yeah, something like that. You know, people are gonna talk. I guess the kid was in middle school? Poor guy. Yeah. Makes me sick to think about it. Hell of a thing for a kid to get killed in a place like that, huh? I mean, maybe the killer figured they could count on the place to be deserted, you know? So, what were you doing there anyway? Are you some sort of police detective or something? Not exactly. I'm, how can I put it? Come on, son, you look like you're in high school, aren't you? Hey. I drive past all the time for work, but I've never picked anyone up there. So I gotta ask, what were you up to? I just had some business to attend to. I see. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. He often drives by this area for work. Isn't that strange? So the driver passes through that area often. You said you drive through this area often. Yeah, I do. I was actually out here the night before last, probably around 10 p.m. That's near the murder time. Oh? We haven't ruled out that someone driving by may have seen something. It's right next to the road. Maybe the driver saw something. Did you see anything noteworthy when you drove through this area the other night? Anything noteworthy? Yes, anything at all could help. Let me think. Whoops. Let's see. Maybe there was something. Oh, right. I almost forgot. What? But what is it? I saw a motorcycle parked there the other night. Oh, and R will show on the bottom right to fast forward text in case you want to skip it. I was wondering what was going on because my text was disappearing right away. Oh no. A motorcycle, huh? Oops. Motorbike. I'm positive that I saw a motorcycle parked over there the other night. Around 10 p.m. I'm sure of it. Oh. Yeah, it was a nice looking bike. But, I'm guessing the rider was just, you know, making a pit stop. A pit stop? Why there? Bathroom break, kid. You ever see a bike on the side of the road? The rider's probably taking a piss. He's pretty confident about this interpretation. So there was a motorcycle parked at the crime scene around 10 p.m. on the night of the murder. It's concerning to say the least. And if the killer was riding a motorcycle, then they must have killed Aisuke there. I can't imagine transporting a body on a motorcycle. Of course, Aisuke's bicycle was at the scene of the crime, so it stands to reason that he rode to the scene himself. I think it's most likely that Aisuke was killed at the pump station, but why was a motorcycle parked there? Oh, maybe did they see the body, or must be for some other reason? Must be for some other reason. Yeah, it has to be. It's pretty dark out there at night, so if the motorcyclists were just passing by, it seems unlikely that they'd notice Aisuke lying that far back from the road. Plus, wasn't that person who called in the murder there in the early morning? Yeah, maybe the driver is right after all. Hey, so I gotta ask, why does it feel like I'm being interviewed by a detective? Oh, yeah. I mean, you're in high school, right? Well, I'm actually in some sort of detective club. We like to investigate anything strange that happens in town. Why didn't I just tell him I'm a PI? Oh well. Hey, that sounds kind of fun. Yeah, it's all fun and games. We're getting close to the office. You didn't happen to see anything else the night before last, did you? Nah, don't think so. I suppose it's not what you're looking for, but I do have a story if you want to hear it. Yeah. Let's hear it. Well, you know how I told you that I got a call about a fare out at the bus stop? When they said there was a young man out there waiting for me, I got nervous. What? See, you'd be surprised how often we get calls from... Calls from who? I don't know. Like phantom calls from another world. You show up and no one's there. It's creepy. Ah. You were hanging out near where that boy was murdered, right? So yeah, if I had gotten a call to pick you up at night, I might have just faked being sick or something. I know it's kind of unprofessional. Anyway, thought you might want to know. Sorry if I wasted your time. Alright, let's get you where you're going. Sure. Ghost calls. Right. Yo, I'm going to Ushio's house. You want to come? He's got Basilisk Quest 4, doesn't he? Heck yeah, I'm in. Let's slay some basilisks. Minami Daisan, Junior High School. Are we gonna be a Yumi? Middle school boys are so energetic. I'm here to talk to kids at Minami Daisan Junior High, where Aisuke Sasaki was a student. Wait up! Hmm? I'm coming too! Why are you leaving without me? Huh? Eh? So cute! Oh. Oh boy. Excuse me, miss. Can I help you? What can Minami Daisan Junior High do for you? Oh. Hello. Let's go ahead and stop here. And we'll pick this up tomorrow. I know it's getting late for some of you, so I figure this is probably a good time to stop. What is lock? Does that mean, like, so it can't get, like, deleted or something, or saved over? Wait, how do we quit? Oh, there's the lock. Do we just, return to title screen. There we go. Yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow. So if you guys are enjoying this, I hope you are. We will continue the story to see what happens. Hopefully, my internet will cooperate, or OBS, or I don't know what was the problem. I hope all of it cooperates so that we can, you know, not have what happened today. That would be wonderful. I did manage to get one more Steam achievement, but the last 3, I don't know if I'm up to the challenge. Is it like play it in super hard difficulty or something? So yeah, we'll, maybe I'll do a whiteboard before stream tomorrow. Perfect. I will try to do one, to catch everybody up. Though, if I recall, not like I will be able to share it because I have more information than you right now. Yeah, I might make one as well. If I recall, though, when we stopped and saved and like restarted it, it would give us like a text recap. So we'll be able to do that. But I'll right, or was that in between chapters? Maybe that was in between chapters. I can't remember. But anyway, maybe I'll have something for you guys as well. There is a recap. Okay, yeah. I find that like a good every time you load. Yes, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be helpful. But it's nice to have the pictures and stuff so I can refresh everybody just in case. Just in case. Don't get hit and beat the bosses fast. Oh, yeah, I'm always so bad at that. Those seem very difficult. But, I mean, you've been crushing the game. You might get pretty good at it. You don't know. But friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Very much appreciate all of you. I know we started late, and then we had all the problems. So many problems. So I am appreciative that you guys are even here. I even did a no-hit boss fight and only got an A? Oh, goodness. That's rough. But friends, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you're enjoying the game. If you would like to see more of it, we will play some more tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for us today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye!